G'day YouTube. Wobbles on a lot here. Two of the oldest agricultural tools used by our society are the rake, more or less epitomised by the concept of parallel vertically oriented teeth aligned on a single axis, which is itself perpendicular to a handle, used for moving sticks and small stones. And the hoe, defined by the concept of a horizontal cutting edge with a solid blade behind it mounted perpendicular to a wooden handle. So we have a rake and we have a hoe. Well, according to legend, once upon a time, many decades ago, there was a person by the name of Macleod. And Macleod figured out that for firefighting, it would be a really good idea to put together a combination tool which would have a rake on one edge and a hoe on the other edge and a single handle. And the resulting implement was not unnaturally known as a Macleod tool, sometimes a Macleod combination tool. And later on, other people with a perhaps more descriptive turn of mind, they called them a rake hoe. A rake hoe combination tool, a Macleod tool. This is not a difficult nomenclature to underconstumble, I would have thunk. And normally they're painted bright orange and seen on fire trucks in the rural fire service. A Macleod tool, a rake hoe, a combination rake hoe. Should not be too difficult a thing to find, you would have thought. Living in the Shire, around a little country town in regional inland New South Wales. Couldn't get one at either Seven Holdings or Norco. So I went to the hardware store, and for the princely sum of $82, which as far as workmanship is, not too bad until you come here and you notice that there's a crack and a splinter right on the part of the handle where you're going to be sliding your hand backwards and forwards. And as if that isn't bad, a firefighting Rakho. Is this legalistic obfuscation because some company has got a copyright or a patent over the name Rakho? Or has Cyclone, Australian sustainable hardwood, heat treated for durability, precision craftsmanship, Australia's toughest lifetime guarantee, Cyclone established 1907. Have they got some half-wit educated by a predictive text machine on their mobile phone, trying to be super woke by abbreviating Rakho into Rakho? Would a Rakho be the same? Would it be so useful if it was branded in marketing Jism? Phonetic marketing Jism or legalistic obfuscation? Would a Rakho still scrape down to a hand line? Well, part 1, line 1, not until that gets filled and fixed. I'll pull this one off too, just to make sure that it wasn't hiding another ding like that, ready to stick bloody splinters into me hand. And happily enough, it's clean. Now to deal with that, which is actually a crack running quite a way down the shaft. It's a shake caused during felling, I think, rather than an actual shrinkage crack. But anyway, not good to see that get past as tool handle grade. And so the plan is obviously 5-minute araldite pushed at finger pressure into the crack before araldite and sawdust is plastered over the top of the wound, and then the whole lot left to harden, and finally it will be sanded. Squirt it out, mix it in a line, separate into 2 blobs, add sawdust onto 1 blob. Using a different toothpick, mix up your putty. Return to the job. Start off covering the crack. And then rub the epoxy into the crack. And now we take the pre-mixed putty and we fill the dings. And then, before it actually gets too tacky, you stop playing with it. Might be a bit more to be done there. Like trying to get toffee to stick. Anyway, tomorrow, be able to sand that back and it'll actually be a smooth handle that won't stick splinters into me. So there you go. Not only couldn't they spell the bloody thing right, they didn't actually select the correct bit of timber in order to make the handle, or maybe that was the best they could get and they couldn't be bothered fixing the ding. Maybe I'm being unnecessarily pedantic. Maybe yes, maybe no, it may be so. I don't know. But at least I know how to spell Rakho. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. Ciao.